Hey, it's Jeff Walker, and I was just reflecting back. I got a chance to see the Rolling Stones a few weeks ago, and it was really cool. Been a big Stones fan for a long time. Definitely go check out that video I did about being backstage at the Rolling Stones. It's on my blog just a few weeks ago. But so I was reflecting back on it, and those guys are now in their 70s. I think they're like 71 years old, 72 something, and something like that. They have been a band for over 50 years. They have, I think at least the website says they've performed in front of more people than any other band in the history of time. So it's pretty amazing. But you look at them and they were having fun. They were up on stage, they were having a good time. You know, and you think about why they did that. Why are they doing a tour when they're in their 70s and they've done very, very well over the years? And sometimes people ask me this, like my friends might ask me this, like, Jeff, you know, just why don't you come and do a river trip with us? Or why don't you come hang out with us? Why do you keep on working so hard? Or even sometimes it shows up in, you know, from some snarky comments online where people are like, well, Jeff, like if you've done so well, if you're so successful, then why do you keep on having to sell this stuff? Why are you trying to sell me something if you've been so successful, if you got so much money? And it's sort of interesting because the answer is, well, I mean, just think about it this way. If you have a great artist, and maybe they're a painter, and this is their life, is they create these amazing paintings, then would you go to them and say, well, why do you keep on painting? You've been painting for 3 decades. Why do you keep on painting? Or the great novelist, you know, I mean, there's a novelist I follow, and he recently passed away. It's like, oh my gosh, it's like, I'm not gonna have any more of his books. I mean, he wrote right up until the end. And it's like, why? It's because it's his art. It's inside of him and it has to come out. That painter, it's their art. That's why they live to create that art. Why are the Stones up on stage? They're making a lot of money. These shows are huge shows, 50,000 people paying a lot of money for a ticket. They're making millions and millions of dollars. It'll be a huge payday for them. But at the end of the day, I don't think they're up there just for the payday. That art is in them. Keith Richards, he just wants to be on stage performing. It was obvious, plain as day, that they're having a ton of fun up there. And are there parts of the touring that gets grueling, that gets tiring, that isn't awesome? I'm sure there are. But then they get up on stage and perform their art. And for me, it's the same. I mean, could teaching entrepreneurs be art? Well, it's my art. And I love it. I'm in it. You know, this business affords me a great lifestyle. It makes me a great income. But it also, which I love, I absolutely love that. But it also means I can make this huge impact in the world. And that's a word, you know, if you go back and watch all the videos, impact's a word I use a lot, because that's one of my number one or top 2 or 3 words is making an impact. I love that impact. I'm able to help other people build a business and help them make an impact. I'm also able to create a lot of jobs and build this team that I love working with and provide, you know, an income and a way for those people on my team to support their families. So that's awesome. But, you know, at the end of the day, this is my art. And, you know, I hope that you can find your art and hopefully it can afford you a living as well, maybe a great living. Because actually, when you go from being like a craftsman or a craftsperson to actually creating art, that's where you really step up your game. The world wants to pay people who are performing their art in whatever it is, whether it's poetry or music or athletics, or it's on stage, or it's creating an information product or a wisdom product and sharing that and teaching people. You know, if you can get to the point where you're doing the work that you're meant to do, the work that, you know, you're sort of put on earth to do, however you think you were put on earth, whatever your spiritual leanings, I don't care. But if you get to that point where, wow, this is why I'm here, is to do that work. And I'll tell you what, right now, that's why I was put on earth. I think is to teach people how to build their businesses, and it's to share whatever wisdom I've gained, share it with you each week. That's why I was put on earth. Will it be something that I'm doing into my 70s and beyond? Possibly, I don't know. I might come up with a new art form by then. I know, like, one of the things I want to do at some point is do wilderness trips for entrepreneurs, take entrepreneurs out into the woods and out on river trips. And I think that'll be something, maybe that's down the road at some point. But right now, this is my art, is helping people build their businesses, become entrepreneurs, expand their businesses, and share their wisdom with the world. So yeah, I hope you get to that point where you find your art and you're able to share it with the world and get paid handsomely for it. So I'm Jeff Walker. If you're watching this anywhere else besides at my blog at jeffwalker.com, head on over there. You can subscribe so I can send you notices when new videos come out. Hit that thumbs up button or the thumbs down if it wasn't a great video. Subscribe to my channel, like my page, and let's go get them this week.